believe we are live. So I'll say indeed. And greetings unto you, beloved and holy friend. Thank you for joining me again on another conscious evolution. Today's stream topic is going to be all about how you do what you believe you are. Came to me again as like a dream realization where I was being both shown through drama, I guess you could say, how people do the things they believe they are. It showed me a warrior, someone who believes himself to be a warrior, and showed me how he keeps fighting over and over again, even when it doesn't call for fighting. Showed me an artist that makes art, even when it doesn't call for art. And in that moment, I was identified with the version of myself that was sleeping. And I kept sleeping. I kept doing this thing where I call it like limbo surfing, where I set like 11-minute alarms, and then I'll be like in that dream space, and I'll wake up after that 11 minutes, but I'll still be like, oh, I want to continue what's happening, and then I hit snooze again, and then I go another 11 minutes. And I ebb and flow in that space of mind for as long as I can. And it felt like I was identified with that version of myself. And I didn't know if I want to continue staying there necessarily. Right? How long can I stay there before it becomes a little bit excessive? It is raining outside, as you friends might have noticed. But I'm still wanted to share some of the outdoor vibes. I have been dealing with identification as a problem, right? How I want to be, who I'm supposed to be identified as, to be happy and it feels like I'm getting better at it. I'm getting better at that version of me that seems to be critical for the sake of being critical, and I'm trying to, at the very least, love myself just a little bit more. Just a wee bit. Acceptance, right? I feel like that's been the lesson I've been tasked to learn from. Defan channel. I'm from Indonesia. Blessings to Indonesia through you, beloved friend. Thank you for letting me into your world right now. I appreciate you. I don't think I've seen your name, but it's nice having you here. Who smokes weed when the situation doesn't call for it? Me. I identify as a weed smoker, so I will smoke weed. This is how it is. But, and this is the other side of the thing that I want to talk about today. If that happens, right, if we end up doing things in the world that is a reflection of who we think we are, in other words, if I think I'm a warrior, then I'm going to go and fight people. That's going to be my way of actioning in the world. But the other way around, if I do things, what does that say about me? Who am I? Depending through the lens of which the stuff that I do. Doesn't make any sense? Who am I in general, right? I feel like that question is something we've been asking ourselves for so long. And to try and come to a conclusion, find an answer through the things that we do, I feel like it can be both revealing in the enlightening way and also in the uncomfortable way, where maybe we don't want to think about that stuff all the time. I appreciate you friends choosing to. Nice scarf. This is the squiggly squaggly scarf, Kristen. Look at all of those squiggly squagglies. Squiggle squaggling. Sending you love it. Thank you, Kristen. I don't know if you got it, but I created a folder for you with a bunch of my newest flowers. Let me know if all of them have come through. They take so long. Like I started sending them to my Google Drive, and then I was like, oh, this is not going to take too long, is it? I mean, we live in the year 2023. My internet is super slow though, so I should have expected a little bit of the delay at least. But then I see the little bar. I see my Google Drive bar filling up. And I'm like, yeah, this is nice. It's nice and speedy. I appreciate this level of service. And then I wait and I see the bar finish, and then I see a new bar starting up. And I'm like, did this thing just backtrack on how much progress it has made? No, I realized unfortunately it was doing them one at a time. And I was watching a single images bar load up, waiting for it to continue. So I think it might have sent all of them, maybe only a few. I hope that you get most of them though. It's like a 5 gig folder, 4 gig folder or something. I'm happy that we have the technology to do it remotely these days. I just don't know if all of them are where they're supposed to be now. I don't know if I have the ability to just check the details. They don't have like a file number, shared 100 items. Yeah, I think all of them should be there. There's 2 different shared 100 items, you know. There's supposed to be 222 flowers. Thank you. Thank you for being willing to go on this journey with me. I suppose you could refrain from smoking and go back to being a prickled asshole dog. But who wants that? Is Duck Dad here? There he is. Sam, is there any other way? Love is true. It's nice having you here with the bear. Of course, Shan, Kristen, Sam. Love is to all of you. I overslept yoga. Yeah. We missed you. Joy Beef. I cry. I cry so much. Not having all of my friends there. Instantly, my mind goes, congratulations, dude. Now you suck. Oh, that's what it means, bro. Guess you suck now. Guess. Guess that's how I'm joking, of course. We missed you, dear friend. We'll see you again on the next one, I'm sure. Shan, the kids love it. Melanie got to sit next to me while I faced the class. She had the biggest smile. That sounds like such a blessed time. I saw your YouTube video of you reading the book for practice as well. I wanted to comment on it, but then I saw the comments were disabled for the children's safety, and I was like, bruh, you were loved. That's all I wanted to tell you. Sharakato, love is true. She practiced reading like me the whole drive home. That's so beautiful. That's so sweet, Duck. I'm so happy that both of you and Duckling had a great time. You did a great job on your video. You uploaded too. There it is. Squiggly squaggles. Yes, I got the folder. Working on it now. So excited. Now you got all of them HD files. They're pretty big ones. There's like a lot of room for zooms, a lot of room for layering them over one another. I made a bunch of things last night. Since I'm like creating content for my gig that's coming up at some point. I mean, I know when it's supposed to be. It's on the 9th of March next year. I made stuff that looked like this with yesterday's flower. Might be too slow for us to really notice, but that's kind of the point. You see that texture moving. Imagine you're wearing clothing and slowly your clothing is just melting off of your body. Think this one is finished? Yeah. Move just slow enough for it to not be jarring. Just fast enough for it to be constant movement. The blending looks pretty good in my mind. One of the other flowers didn't get to make it. Did one of these as well. This one's a little bit more fractally in nature. And then some of the basic ones. I'm making them super slow these days. Like I have a bunch of fast ones, but the slow ones seem to be a little bit better for our human minds to really keep up. These are when I started making them slow. This one's a little bit fast, but here's where it gets super fast. Not that fast, maybe. I think this one changes fast on another vector. We'll see now. No, actually not. This one's also pretty slow. This is not too bad, actually. These ones started moving a little bit fast. Right, still satisfying. Maybe too much information. Yeah. So hopefully we can find a use for these as well as we continue. The cats must love that dangly scarf. They don't mind it too much, weirdly enough. Like Pippi is super stoked to chase scarves, but the kitties aren't really that interested. Ooh, that one. What did your friends think about yesterday's flowers though? I'm really happy with how it turned out. It's a little bit loud, I'll admit this. It's pretty loud. It's like it screams, but I really like the way it turned out. What do you think? What does it make you feel? This was the day before, and then back to one. These are the ones that didn't make it. It's like a bunch of them. This one didn't make it. Didn't make it. Didn't make it. Didn't make it. This one almost made it. Didn't make it. These are the day 9, but made like 5 geometry. Like the pinching of this heart makes my heart happy. And then again, there's like one of them that almost caught my eye. There's one of the little mushroom at the bottom here. Like I really like the way that turned out, but alas, only one can survive. I hope that these flowers also get to be seen one day. Appreciated in the same way. They're not color corrected though. I feel like that also has a big role to play. Like, let me show you what I mean. I'm gonna move one of these flowers to my other folder so you can see in comparison. Which one though? Instantly now I'm back in the same option paralysis. Here we go, we'll do this one. Look at that. Color corrected, not color corrected. You know, both are beautiful, but I feel like colors add to the message. I feel like a kid right now. All of you get to be my grandparents going, that's nice, honey. That's so nice. That's so cool. You move your toys. Yeah, 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 yeah. I find the flowers moving very disturbing. Get disturbed. It's supposed to melt you slowly but surely. Now imagine you're on psychedelics and you're looking at something physical, and behind that physical thing, or in front of it, or on top of it, that moving flowers is going to be mapped. Definitely going to do something to people. Oh, no, no, dude. Mel, dude, this is such good stuff. I love it. Thank you, Kristen. Thank you so much. I'm really proud of them. I I feel like to link it to today's stream topic, it is definitely something I have become identified with. I do see myself now as an artist. It took me a while. Took me a while there. I didn't think so because I have artist friends who have spent hours and hours perfecting their skills with their hands to draw shapes, and I can't do that. I guess I can. I just haven't practiced doing that. But now I feel like I've put in enough practice into making my flowers that they've reached a point where I can consider them art as well. Like it's breathing. Yes, that's exactly what's supposed to happen. They are alive. You just can't see it. That's the point, I think, Joy. The stable ones are kind of like stuck. I can't wait till Melt invents in super HD digital shirts so we can see them as his attire. Yeah, like my hope, seriously, Doc Dad, and I've shared this in stream, is that I won't have to buy myself new clothing. That when I get myself new clothing, it'll be my own. I've been wearing this like clothing, like I've had this shirt now for what, 3 years, going on year 4 now. So I'll keep it around, keep making art of it until I can wear my art. That's the hope, at least. Jeez, I love these so much. I love you. Blessings. The pinching of the heart makes it look like testicles. Am I the only one who saw it? I don't look at testicles that much, Sam. I guess it could look like testicles. Now that you bring it into my mind, many things look like testicles. Peter Griffin's chin also looks like testicles, I guess. Right? Depending on what you represent. I'm looking at chin right now. I'm looking at hearts right now. I'm looking at testicles right now. I mean, there is femininity and masculinity in my flowers as well. So who knows? Maybe that's exactly the response it's supposed to bring up in you. That's the way I'm seeing it, at least. Yesterday's flower gave me school spirit vibes, only because our school colors were orange and blue, but still gorgeous. I'm happy that you liked it. Like I do a lot of comparison to my own art as well. And like I didn't mind that much what the previous day one flower looked like. I still feel it held like a lot of information to kind of like get lost in. Like it's trippy how I don't know, I think it's like an exposure thing that it does with like the color values. Right. So I really like the way that this one turned out as well. I have to these little swoopy man, they make me happy. Those swoopy and the way these things pinch onto themselves. But this was day one from last cycle, and then day one from this one. Right, both of them have their own energy, but this one feels like it's aggressive. It's like kick down your door, aggressive. And the previous day one was a little bit more soft as well. Yeah. Okay. Enough. I've had my fun. Good to share some of my art with you, friends. Hey, Melita. Blessings to you. It's nice having you. Swoopy swoopies. Thank you. Like to echo some of the love-ins, Melita, I believe, is technically the biggest Patreon supporter when it comes to like total contribution. Right? This is a running joke that Melita is my boss, and I get to make art for my boss, one of my bosses at least. Blessings to you. Thank you for allowing me to make art like that. Right? Like I wouldn't have been able to get there if not for your friends' support. Of course, beloved Shanice also, Joy V, Kristen, so many of you friends. Blessings. Truly. It means more than you know. Every single time I get to upload my fractals, I know that someone is going to appreciate them. When I pick 1,000-year-old melt, my mind's eye is the villain from Fifth Element. That's too real. You can't say stuff like that. That's making my ego feel very seen. I don't want to be the Fifth Element villain. I want to be Bruce Willis, bro. or I want to be the singing alien lady. I don't want to get killed for it, but I want to be the singing alien lady, bro. Come on. Come on, oh, can't I be singing alien lady? Why I have to be Fifth Element villain? Oh, love is true, bro. My alarm just went off an hour too late. You're here, Joy V. We appreciate you. Thank you for joining us right now. What happened to me Sunday? All creations are alive. There we go. Melita knows. So I took a microdose of mushrooms before sleep last night. That's interesting. I've tried that as well. It doesn't work for me personally. First time doing it and sleeping. Nothing to report except restful sleep. Waking up refreshed and an hour early. Then you probably did your micro live again. My internet has been down and back up again and then down and back up again multiple times today. It's getting better. Yes. My internet is getting better actively. I agree with the whole hemp thing. Hemp is what I wanted to base my brand on initially, actually. Like I'll see how it turns out, Melina. We'll see which comes first, right? Is the hemp-based clothing gonna come first? Because that's the way that I would like to hope to sell clothing to you friends one day, is to have something that you can buy once every 10 years, right? Wear the same piece of clothing for 10 years and then it's still fine. You just want something new because you want something new. And then to have like these rough, want something new because you want something new. And then to have like these rough, like, some of them more bleached, some of them less bleached textiles, some of them more bleached, some of them less bleached textiles, all made of hemp that create like grid patterns. And then those grid patterns can be used by a camera, and you can like map clothing over top of your clothing. So I can make like digital works of art to wear on top of your hemp clothing. That's like my highest aspiration for my clothing brand. But maybe in the short term I'll have to do like actual color textiles. And then hopefully in the long term, right? Like it's gonna go having my flowers on shirts, then going full hemp and doing the flowers on the shirts. Because then you can wear the same outfit, but you can customize it digitally over top of it, right? Because we're going into a world where AR is gonna be a big deal. We're going to augment our reality. We're going to add pretties to our normal reality. So adding the pretties of, psychedelic colors onto your existing clothing. You don't have to buy new clothing. You just upload a new file and then your clothing looks new. That's like middle step. And then long term step is like clothing that actually is the screen, right? Is the screen, is the sun protection, is the like bodily air conditioning, like super suit kind of vibes. And then have those be super psychedelic as well. So like that's the R&D steps that we have to get to. I'm gonna need all the help I can get. Oh, it happened to me Sunday, so I have to go back to those. Maybe the human eye can see naughty parts anywhere as a function of biological imperative. I wouldn't be surprised, right? Like I can really notice the yonis, for example, in my flowers. They tend to be very present. All messages. Thank you for reminding me. Button pressed. Beautiful fail. Beautiful fall in Croatia. Bless. I'm happy to hear that. Just went for 6 to midnight. Shan, swoopy swoopies a bun. So much love. Every time I've taken mushrooms before bed, it ends up keeping me awake, duck. Yeah. Am I doing it wrong? Might just be too much. Right? Like that's the thing that happens to me as well, actually. It really does happen to me that way, where it's just no sleep for me. Sam, step one, have child to exhaust you. What am I doing wrong? Hell yeah, Patreon, created Patreon because of Melt. I'm now supporting some other creators, but I'm still honored to give the most to Melt. And the symbolism of 44 is also reflected. 44, like that's how much Melina is giving me a month. 44 daras. That's a lot of money to me, yo. That's crazy. And it's such a massive blessing. It allows me to do what it is I'm doing, quite literally. Like it's a blessing to be able to receive any financial support for the work that I do. I'm happy that I evolved, grew to making these flowers as well, because even though in my mind that was not who I am, right? In my mind, I was the person who was supposed to be a voice to love, right? That's the way that my ego articulated it to me when I started this journey. It's like, be a voice for love, dude, and do so for a whole year without any expectation to receive anything in turn. And that, even though I did that, right, and it became me, I realized that that's not who I am, at least not completely. And the fact that this, flower fractal has opened up this new world for me, and you friends being willing to support that and appreciating the beauty thereof alongside me. The number 44 has become a massive part of my life as well in the meanwhile, right? 44, it's 27 right now, just to honor God. 44, if you flip one of those fours the other way around and then a little bit on its axis, it can bond with the other cross of the four and create that sharp infinity Degas symbol, right, that I associate with Meltmore. So it's a double reminder in that way. Walking past the microwave on my way to get ready for my yoga, the microwave was at 4:44, and then by the time I set my mat up and stuff, it was 4:47. And like I see these things in the world, and the amount of significance we apply onto it is directly, our own. I appreciate you for being willing to send me that love every month. Lozana, blessings to you. It's nice having you here too. I have a migraine. I'm so sorry to hear that, friend. Taking a deep breath. I'm seeing psychedelic flowers in my mind. Hopefully that helps. Ouch, Lois. Have you marijuana? I don't think Lois does smoke, unfortunately. You have some data remaining. Yeah, my internet connections is not great. Let's see if it connects again. I'm sorry to hear that, Lois. I hope it goes away soon. Sending you all the healing energies. We have John here as well. Bro, hey friends. Much love, Melty and Meltopians. I like that too. Meltopians. Thank you, Brother Bear, for joining us too. I don't know if you're still here, John, but I was sharing with our friends a little bit ago some of the video files that I've been making as of late. I haven't been sending you them because they're large, but these are the latest three. I don't know if we'll have use for textures like this, slowly moving, but I thought it might be a cool thing to experiment with. Right, they do look pretty smooth. I think you might like this one as well. I don't know how we're gonna apply them. I really want the files. Oh, it's killing me. It's murdering my soul to not have the files. I saw someone advertise the festival we're going to today, and I was like, bro, I want the files. Give me files. That is amazing. I knew you would love it, bro. Like I can make more of these things. I want the files so I can see how I can apply them to see what works, you know? Like I feel I have so much left to learn. And especially when it comes to the data slash the content I'm supposed to make for it. As much as you lose power, you must constantly be setting the time on it. No, we just don't. We just don't set the time on it. We've long abandoned caring. What? You tripping out about the files? You mean the software? No. I mean to know what we're going to be projecting on. Like it's one thing for me to know how to project my imagery. It's a whole other thing for me to know how the projected imagery looks like on the thing on which I'm projecting, right? Because like I have like a certain level of disconnect right now where I'm like, I know what I want to do. I can do these things. And then the other side of it is, I don't know what I'm doing. So I want to see what they want me to do. 27 minutes into the stream, Mark. Right now, nice. More synchrony. Sending Goo some lovin's. I have some marijuana here with me. Oh, the stage layout and design. Yeah. That's the files I want, bro. I really want those files, man. Like I'm fiending for them, bro. I want to be super irritating and be like, give me the files. Come on, man, give me the files. I want the files, man. Give me the files, bro. Come on. Come on. Give me the files. I mean, would you rather have that than someone who is completely uninterested in the job that they're doing? I'd like to believe so, right? I'm gonna leave this little bit for later. I got a small little snippety. Like literally like, can you see that? Yeah, you can see that little snippety. That small little snippety is gonna go in. And then we'll get a small little bitsy bopsy from the other side as well. Doop. Man, little flowers. That should be enough. So like that is gonna be it. I don't know if that looks like a lot. I need smell-o-vision. Yeah, Simon. I really want smell-o-vision as well. Me and John discussed this idea as well, that one day for the, like when we do our own festivals and stuff, I want like a stage that has like a smell-o-vision element to it, where as the music continues, it's gonna take you through like different environments musically, and then as you get taken to different environments musically, maybe like there's like beach vibes, and then you get these wafts of like salt water, right, like ocean water breezing over you, and then you're in the jungle, and then you can smell that musky wet tree smell, and then you go through like flower fields, and then you get to have like these floral scents coming over you. It's not exactly smell-o-vision, but I do believe in that, sensory experience being something that we would actually appreciate. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Who bothers with the set time on the microwave? Some people only have the microwave showing time in the kitchen, right? We do have like a clock above one of the door sills, so that one is usually the one that gets used for like the kitchen time. I feel like that's why the microwave isn't that big of a priority. If we didn't have that, it might be. But clearly, Joy Vive has her microwave set. Don't judge a book by its cover. Joy Vive is super organized, it seems. Melt B, rationing. Go into town and get more. No! Like, it's not me rationing. The bowl is literally that big. Like, I don't know if you can see the inside of it, right? Like, it's that deep. And, like, this is the size of my pinky in comparison. Like, no more will fit. That is the point. Like, you're not supposed to chew on it like a joint or a pipe hit or a bong hit. It really is like a vaporizing of a very small little quantity, and that doing the job for you, right? Getting you where you're going. It's very convenient. It's like microdosing weed instead of, heroic dosing it kind of vibe. Strong coffee, sativa, melt more, micro doses, breakfast of champions. Love is true. So nice seeing your name here with us, Brother Joshua. Blessings to you, man. Having your name here makes things even better. We're talking about people who make it better by just being here. There's Giovan's name as well. Blessings. Aromatherapy is effective at changing moods. Absolutely. Me organized. I was kind of like tongue in cheeking there a little bit. Just a little bit tongue in cheeking, but take it. Take the compliment. Run with it. It's now yours. Instantly, now you are identified as an organized person. Joy Vive, congratulations. You have been promoted to organized. Regularly, we use peppermint and lavender oil to break difficult migraines, Simon. It's definitely my favorite hack, but it does not work for everyone. Yeah, lavender, with its lilanol, I believe it's called, can actually reduce some tension in your central nervous system. We have lavender bushes here. I feel like lavender should grow everywhere. It is technically a pretty aggressive plant. Like, it likes to live. It will really take up room if it can. Yeah, I'm getting this thing stacked so much that I have to now force things down. Pippi is drinking the patio water. How does that taste, Pippi? You like the patio water? Looks like she doesn't have a water ball. There you go. Right, so that little weed nuggets has filled this little bowl. And that's going to be it for stream today, pretty much. A little bit more meticulous. The smells. I feel like that's one of the things that really got me with weed as well. Like, if weed only smelled terrible, that's the thing that kind of like bothers me. If you're not a weed smoker, weed might not smell good to you because it just smells like something, right? But when you start smoking weed, like the variation and the differences, it suddenly becomes like a big part of the experience for you. Point I'm trying to make is it sucks to me that like when I bought these two nugs, I wanted my sister to smell them and my dad too, and they were like, it smells like weed. I'm like, no, yeah, it smells like weed, but what about all of those extra notes? Can't you hear the music? Healthy is locked and loaded. That I am. I love frankincense and vetiver. Palo Santo oil on the temples is great for migraines too. Thank you, Shan, for giving us some medicine mother information too. I was getting a lotion with lavender in it from the Hoity Toity Bath and Candle Place. It smelled so good, but boy, that stuff is holiday buy only. Yeah, candles are more expensive than I thought they were. That and like fragrances that you put in your room. It was raining this morning during yoga, and now it's snowing. Big wet snow, goodness. I hope that you're staying warm. Hope that you don't have to be out there anymore. I've been loving me some vanilla essence and extract to put in my drinks lately. Are you doing like the pods themselves, or are you doing like a high quality extract? I used to have a client that had a scent free office. They hated me. Like, I'm not wearing, like, I cannot wear perfumes and scented lotion, but my hair stuff has scent and I can change it. That is pretty interesting. Scent free. What does that smell like? Surely it can't smell like nothing, right? It still smells like something. Weed is the best perfume. Yes, hearing the music and everything. Of course, you resonate with that. We need to invent a scent to combat bad breath. Vinegar. Vinegar could probably be one way to do it, right? Gargle some vinegar. Helps for armpit stink as well. Kill the organisms that make the bad, smells instead of trying to cover the bad smells of something. What is mushroom music? Mushroom music is when they put like little diodes or electrodes into mushroom fungal bodies. And then depending on the electrical differences, those diodes feed into synths. And then those synths turn the potential basically of those mushrooms communicating with one another into sounds. It's pretty cool. At least that's what I think when I hear the words mushroom music. Perfumes and colognes give me horrible headaches. I can't be around artificial and chemical synthetic scents anymore. I hope one day, that my scents won't be a problem in that way. Mushrooms make sound, and they are just little devices you can attach to the mushroom to make the sounds more audible. Yes, true. What, really, Sam? Yeah. Hey, Google, can you show me mushroom synths? Mushroom scenes. I was sure I said synths, right? There's nothing wrong with my pronunciation, is there? I speak English good, right? Right? Somebody give me a pat on the back. I'm going to just search mushroom synth. Mushroom synth music. I'll just do one of these short videos. It's not the best one, but there's more. Check his name. Yeah. This one's pretty rough. You get some of them that, they really go into like a little bit more effort. Go down that fractal for yourself. Mushroom synth music. That one is pretty cool as well. All you need is like a bass line, right? Instantly Pippi is like, what are we dancing? Oh, Pippi! You absolute savage creature! Look at that! Look at that! Stepped mud in my freaking sandals. Why would you do that? That is sacrilege. That's like offense. That is like offense on the highest order. I'm offended now. I'm so offended. Okay, I found my calm. I was only mildly triggered. Like there's many things that I can handle, but mud in my sandals, it's one of those that I have a hard time with. I do not like mud in my sandals, please. I'm gonna have to go and clean them before I can use them now. It's not raining too bad anymore, at least. Okay. Doop 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 doop. We did Simon. It's toothpaste. I have heard music made by a cross section of a tree. If I can, I'll see if I can find it. I love it. Thank you, Lozana. Please do. I just played a quick clip of mushroom music, and it's so goddamn cool. I'll post a link in the sharing music. Please do. That's a mushroom dookie. So much love and so cool. Mushroom music. Love it. Good morning to you, Luke. Blessings, bro. It's nice having you here. One day at the Send Free client, one of my office people said I smelled like soap and that it was making her eyes burn. What the fuck am I supposed to say to that? Ah, you smell like soap. Okay. It's making my eyes burn. Okay. Sorry? Sorry for washing myself? Sorry for making your eyes burn? Sorry for being in this conversation right now. Sorry for me excusing myself. You speak English clearly, Mel. I can understand you better than many different North American dialects. Thank you, Joe Schmo. I'm kind of like just joking about it at this point, right? Like it's like a level of confusion. It's like why? Why does it understand certain things but not others? Bad doggy. Yeah, she doesn't know. She doesn't have any remorse, right? To her, she was just like, oh, this is a place to step my little feetsies. That music sounds like stomach and wet farts. Sounds all minced up. I mean, technically, if you want to think about it that way, they could be exactly that, right? It is kind of misleading. Kind of misleading because the way you can see it is like it's button presses. Like the mushroom is pressing a button. Like that is the level of input the mushroom has. And then the synthesizer is the one going as those buttons get pressed, right? Sure, there's a way for the mushrooms to make more music, but it's not exactly a one-to-one, right? It's more like an interpretation. I was thinking that mushroom has a belly ache. Aren't we supposed to smell like soap? And also, how the fuck are these people functioning in a regular society? I also don't get it. Melty, she's just telling you to be walking barefoot with her. You need dirt on them toes. No. I don't want dirt on my toes. I've had dirt on my toes. I did that whole stream one day of me just walking in the mud, right? I enjoyed that. That was nice. But that has to be my intention. It has to be my intention. Otherwise, mm-mm. No, no, not right. Not to me, thank you. Hey, Shell, blessings to you. I must have said, this is so comfortable 1,000 times, so sleepy, kept having adrenaline, and didn't sleep. I hope that you rested well, nonetheless, dear Shell, blessings. That sounds mushrooms make in my frying pan. COVID hit and went fully remote, so no more smelling issues with me and that client. Also, not sure how they function in the world outside that office. Oh, yeah. Music. Whoa, mushroom music. I love it. Would be amazing to collab with a mushroom, right? I would like to communicate with them directly, but there are other ways to do that. Are we ready? My intention is becoming what I am. Sure, doing what I believe I am, but becoming what I am in doing so. This is my intention. Let it be so. And there we go. Kelly has become a member. Thank you, Jovan, for blessing her, for blessing me. It's nice having you here, dear friend, indeed. Weirdly enough, this strain I'm smoking right now is called the soap. There's some synchronicity in there, right? Talking about wearing the soap while I am smoking on a weed strain that's called the soap. That kind of tastes like soap, you know, and I feel like maybe those people would be super offended by this flavor profile if they had to taste it themselves. Technically, this has a little bit more in it to give. It is going to be less tasty the second time around, though. This is what it looks like after being a little bit vaporized. It's a little bit more on the charred side. But since we're, I don't know if we're heathens, gluttons for punishment, I'd accept. One of the things that I consider myself to be is appropriately grateful for what is. And it would be a waste to just throw it away without putting it through a second vaporization cycle. Yeah, the second one is definitely different. THC content. This one I think is 18%. It has a little bit of lemon cheesecake in it. That one was 25. But it's mostly the soap. Oh, okay. I believe that should be done now. This thing is probably still very hot. And that's what it looks like now. Little bit spent. Thank you, dear plant, Miss Mary Jane, for allowing me this experience. Not only with you, but with the friends, right? I feel like I've had, and at least in my life, the ability to distinguish whether or not I'm high. Not so much in my individual experiences, but very much so in my experiences I have with other people. And like, what do you mean? For example, you're smoking weed by yourself. Maybe you're listening to music. Maybe you're watching some show. Maybe you're eating food. Maybe you're exercising even. And you're in it. You're like there for it. You're very present for your experience. You feel articulate to yourself. And then somebody walks up to you, or you walk into the kitchen. Somebody asks you how many sets you have left, or whatever. And then in that moment where you have to talk to another person, that's when you realize you were actually super high. And it's almost like I get to have that experience with you friends in this space. where normally I would experience the weed as it is, and I'd have a good moment. I'll usually try and like focus on my breath. That's one thing that instantly gets affected when you smoke weed, at least for me, is like my breath becomes a little bit more shallow and more relaxed. And that's not a bad thing necessarily, but it is something that I try to be aware of. But then in this space, I get to have the added layer of knowing that I'm being interpreted. And I'm interpreting myself, and I want to preserve, or at least my ego wants to preserve what it thinks is itself, what it's supposed to be like, right? That even though I have now changed, I'm still me. My ego says, I'm still me. Don't worry, don't you worry, but it's never me. Like that is the thing that is ceaselessly melting. It will melt and melt, and it will melt some more, and still it will figure some way out to convince itself of its own existence, to convince you of its existence, right? That I exist only as much as you believe I do for you, because I'm existing a lot, right? I don't stop existing after these streams are done. But the fact that you friends choose to spend this moment with me, in a weird way, I'm existing in different places. And melt more in a way is the relationship between me and you creating that experience. Like this is a different version of me for all of you friends. It trips me out. It really trips me out. Makes me feel very responsible. I want to make sure that as many of that versions of me is a good person. Right? Like it goes beyond just ego. Am I making sense right now? I don't know if I'm making sense to myself even. I feel like I'm trying to grasp at something that has been challenging when it comes to this journey of mind. And there's a certain level of dissociation that almost needs to happen, or happens as an automatic response. Something that I've been trying to remind myself of is, how do you stay just as grateful, just as appreciative of the things that you think you want, slash the things that you have right now, when you have more, when you're older? How do you find the same things valuable over a long enough period of time? Need to find something you love, I guess. All right, that's probably the right answer. Whatever the right answer is supposed to be. Easter bonnet. I used to get a new Easter outfit for Christmas every year when I was a kid. No bonnets. I don't know how you say that word, though. Only the old church ladies wore hats. Did you want a hat, Joy? Do you wear hats now? I can see you with a hat, Joy. But I would like to design them. I would like to make them crazy. I want people to literally stop. I almost started saying some weird shit. Okay, we reframe. A skit starts. This is a joke, all intended for a joke. All of the characters are fictional, and were not harmed in the making of this joke. Genevieve goes and buys cat food, and she walks out, absolutely dressed to a T. A hat so fabulous, so florally, so bright, that people crash their cars because they cannot take the eyes off of her hat. I can see it, Joy, 100%. We'll make it happen. Maybe it can be like a Halloween costume if you don't want to rock it every day. I'm a strong believer in dressing like you're an anime protagonist. I am. I am 100%. I believe in it. It's like one of those things that you just can do, right? You are your own customizable character, technically. And sure, we don't get to have that much customization when it comes to our physical appearances. You can exercise, that can make a difference. You can, become stronger, become more confident within yourself. All of those things affect the look that you portray. But we do have the ability to dress ourselves, carry around objects of significance. And I feel like that it helps paint the picture, right? Because again, when someone looks at you, it's almost automatic, almost expected for them to try and reduce you to the simplest thing that they can come up with. That's why racism persists. It's not because we're evil, it's because it's simple. It makes things black and white instead of realizing that there's a lot more to a person than just their skin color. Yeah, not only is there more to this person than their skin color, but there's more to them, to their hopes and dreams, to their expectations, to their needs, to the way that they love their puppies, to the way that they prefer their coffee. Like the amount of depth that every single person walks around with, it becomes automatically reduced to the simplest narrative. So if you complexify your appearance, it gives them almost like more time, more room to think about why. Why would this person look like this? How is this person brave enough to look like this in the outside world? And all of those layers gives them more space to actually realize that maybe you're more than just your face, more than just your skin color, more than just your language, more than just your profession. You're something that's here to have some fun, ultimately, right? Every single bit of fun that you can have amidst the suffering, those are the moments that we cherish, right? We just have to figure out a way for more people to start having those. It's like the way that my mind tries to make sense of it is to make it an economic model, right? How do you fix this system that we're in right now, other than to convince people that, hey, I know this is going to be a hard pill to swallow, but if we take care of people, if we make the basic needs available, productivity will increase. People will work on the things that they actually have a sole passion to work towards. Not just doing 2 hours of work in a 7 hour day because that's what's expected. No, they're gonna wanna build something. So every hour that they don't spend building it is gonna be an hour wasted. Right? But no, we need to survive. So what if, this system that we're living in right now is killing our souls? At least our body is surviving. Seems like a bad deal. Friends give me hope. So much so. Like these moments, being able to share something like this. Like technically, for all intents and purposes, if it was like 50 years ago and I was doing exactly this, I would be straight up sent to a loony bin. Like that dude is sitting in an empty room, empty, empty outdoors area, and just talking to himself, talking to the same thing that I am. But I'm not talking to myself. Not technically. Okay, now I'm starting to see. Maybe they still want to put me in the loony bin right now as well. They'll never catch me. They'll never catch me. Sending you a picture on Discord where you're at my screen while I'm working. Let's see a fractal. This is gonna melt my brain. Here for it. It is melting my brain. There is me in someone's world. A Melina. She lives in Croatia. I don't know if you're in Croatia right now. but she lives in Croatia. Coding. And then there's a small little window. That's me? What the fuck does that mean? How am I supposed to make any sense of that? How is that even real? And that's happening multiple times over. And it can continue to happen now indefinitely into the future. Makes me feel again and again that whole multi-perspective and the responsibility. How I don't feel worthy of that stuff. But I do feel loved. Oh goodness. Thank you, Melina, for loving me that way. Blessings to you, dear friend. Is Sena here? Yeah, Sena Young. Blessings to you, friends. Nice seeing your name. Mel's high again. Yeah. Yeah, I did smonk some words. I didn't think he gets the munchies. I don't think. Me? I don't, yeah. Yeah. Who me gets munchies? No, never. I am, of course, way too evolved and spiritually enlightened to get munchies. I wish. I wish there was a bone of me that could even pretend like that was the truth. Sugar. Weirdly enough, before that, probably Doritos. Any chips. Potato chips, just normal ones as well. Kettle fried chips. Oh, goodness. That's the thing that is like my Achilles heel. You know, I feel like if there was anything, if anything was the devil, it would probably be that. You know, like a seductress. Extreme seduction. Ah, yes, imagine how crispy I am. Imagine the salty goodness. No, stop. Stop it, you freaking potato chips. You're not good for my body. I need to resist. Oh, goodness, I'm just the occasional read coming to you all. Bless you, Luke. You being here in this moment, you contributing to the life that I'm living through you, technically right now. Right? It's you that you're seeing. It's not me. Like, it is you. And I'm just trying to be the perfect reflection of that. I appreciate you reflecting the way that you do too. My favorite is Blue Dream. Always comes with a head change. It's interesting how it like different weeds actually do have different effects. A large part of me was hesitant whether or not that was really true. I think I was not sensitive enough, or maybe I was just overdoing it. Could go both ways. Just get some cherry blossom yesterday. That shit's heavy. Don't know that one myself. I hope. Like, we don't have proper dispensaries in South Africa just yet. Send you a picture. Just the occasional read comment. Love again. Hello, beautiful friends in Meltmore. How's everyone doing? It's been a while. I missed you all. Sending positive love and light. I'm seeing Tree of Life. And I feel things have been good. At least for me. Good from a perspective of growth, mostly. Acceptance has been a big part of it. It's nice having you here, friend. How has your journey been? And holds it well. Slowly show the example of gratitude. Slowly show the example of gratitude is a good start. 4-day work week, increase productivity by 30%. Yeah, Simon. And it doesn't surprise me at all. Doesn't surprise me at all. I'm looking forward to it just becoming the norm. Like, oh, we can profit. So I wanted to go deeper into that fractal, but I guess I got distracted. The fractal of, hey, capitalists, how about if we take care of everybody? If everybody has their basic needs met, things will get more money. Yeah, we get more. More monies. Oh, so much more productive. So much more ideas. So much more people dedicating themselves to their craft. Instead of just doing things for the sake of doing them because we have to survive. Right? Doesn't that seem like a radical mental shift for everybody? And we have the resources. That's the joke. We have the resources right now. We're wasting more of the resources than we're giving away. Right? Like food literally being dumpstered. because 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 it's how it is, right? Otherwise, because it's past its due date, right? Not gonna feed the people who might benefit from it, right? Have like a system that automatically distributes it, right? Like just that. If only that can start happening, but of course it's going to drive their sales down. I can already see them being like, no, no, we're not gonna do that. So all of the food that gets left over, right? Like they have like a certain food budget, how much food they make, and then if they don't sell everything that they made, that gets thrown away, and they have to remake their batches the next day, or expiry dates, and that stuff getting thrown away. Having a system that actually gets that food to people, whether they need it or not, just like taking that extra expense off of yourself, but then you don't need to buy food the next day, so you're less likely to go to one of their stores. I had this dream once where it was me and my dad, and we walked into like a supermarket, and it was both a rave and a supermarket, and everything was free. You could take as much as you want of anything, and the shelves were stacked. They had like robotics in the center that would keep stacking the shelves, right? So you cannot deplete the shelves with all of the different food items that people like to eat. Hopefully, with an intention of actually trying to make it healthy. That step is going to be harder than we realize. Maybe with GMO, we can actually do good for that as well. Taking taking it one step at a time. Anyway, right back to the dream, and I'm like, bro, this place feels right, right, and there's literally like a DJ in the center of the supermarket, and I'm like walking through it, getting closer and closer to the music, and I lose my dad on the way, and people recognize me for my dad and talking about how this is so cool. We can get anything we want and it's free, and the music's great or whatever. And then I walk into this like back area, and then there's like diamonds and beautiful jewelry and magnificent works of art. And these things still cost money. But none of them are necessities. Like you don't need any of these things to survive. All of them are just nice to haves. And me being so careful in my stepping to not bump anything or touch anything or stuff like that. And I felt like that system made more sense to me than anything. Right? Like it's easy to burn things down, kind of fractal. It's harder to fix something that's broken. And the problem with the system that we're a part of right now is that the parts of it that is broken, in one way or another, is technically supporting people. It's not like a machine that's broken that you can just toss out and build a new machine, because the machine's parts is people. It's us. It's literally us. So keeping the system in place, keeping the monetary system in place, might be a necessity for a longer time than we might want it to be. But having, like my favorite analogy is a groundwater of finances, right? Where, for instance, here in South Africa, we frequent a technology that's called boreholes, right? Where a lot of people drill down for their own water. Then you have like a porous pipe, and then all of that water kind of flows in into like the whole water table, and then we like pull water from the ground directly into the house. So most of the water I've ever drank came from the ground. So there is a water table of water, right? And that is an essential resource to have as a human being, as plant life as well. So if we didn't have that ground level of water, that would be very hard for us to continue surviving, right? We would probably be able to, but it would make it significantly harder. And in the same way, that it's that for money, right? But we don't have groundwater of money. We can't have this like safety net that we can tap into, right? That we can suck from if we need to survive, if we need to drink water today, so we can do that. And then we can still build, buildings or whatever, take the water higher, if you will, with like our technology, with our innovation, with our need for cool things. Bruh, we got a shit deal. Oh, young people. Imagine being a 7-year-old right now. Imagine being an 11-year-old. Like there's a weird fractal going on. Oh goodness, this shift in culture, the way we change as people, to the point where we literally do not consider ourselves the same things. Keeps happening. Conscious evolution as a part of culture. Maybe that could be like a whole stream topic of itself. I am the living embodiment of my change. Yeah. I've both stopped traffic and caused a car accident and had people chasing me for pictures. Life is wild, especially because I'm just a very average looking person. Fortunately, even the average looking person is a beautiful creation, something infinitely unique in this universe. So don't undersell yourself. I do be loving me some chips. Yeah, chips, crisps, not Doritos though. Yeah, even Doritos goes, unfortunately, right? I know that this is like some sort of black magic food engineering. I know that. But in a weird way, it makes me appreciate it, right? Even though I know it's bad for me. It's like, bruh, this tastes like human ingenuity. And the best part is it's getting me. It feels paradoxical. So I don't do it a lot, right? I don't do it a lot. And I would like to do it never. That is my ideal, place to find myself. But it is hard. It is hard. Favorite bungee depends. So much to choose from. Exactly. Depends on the mood, the environment as well. Simon Twiglets, cheese. Yeah, cheese. Speaking of super sugary, lost in the weeds. Let me see. I think my parents are watching an Afrikaans movie. There it is. I won't be able to show it, Sam, because ooh, that's just how it is. This cherry blossom does look incredible. Hot damn. Name some trees. I want to go and dance in the cherry blossom fields. I love cashews and bananas, cashews and blueberries. Blueberries. Blueberries have a special part in my heart. Like, I feel like that might become my new munchie favorite. Frozen blueberries. I eat mashed potatoes almost every day, Shan. There it is. You like the potatoes. They are pretty nutrient dense. Potato salad is numbers. Is nice. This is why you're awesome, Joy Vive. Sorry, I forgot to capitalize. Love is true. I have to drink chlorine infused water here in the UK. Yeah. Do you take iodine? Maybe like get some iodine in your system to help with that like stuff. Could be one way to combat it apparently. Money is only energy after all, agreed. And energy is what we're here for. You can buy more energy by showing up just as yourself than you'll ever be able to buy with money to come to you or to be experienced through the internet, for example. The excitement that can be had with that age group, true. That is actually true. The amount of roller coastering. I'm so excited, but also learning to be patient and open to everything. Ah, jeez. Brother Gary Lee. Like, I don't know how you would know this, and it's kind of surreal, psychedelic, even, if you will. But I've been using a great deal of 22s in my artworks when it comes to like my color values. And I've been seeing the number triple two in more places than not as well. Like while I was like playing kalimba yesterday, when I opened my eyes, it was at triple two. Stuff like that. So thank you, bro, for adding even more of that synchronicity into my experience. Love to you. Today we're talking about doing the things that we are, right? And it's going both ways. To be like, ah, if I am a warrior, I will fight for something. If I am a teacher, I will teach. If I am patient, I will be so. And then to see the other side of it, like, what am I doing day to day? And what does that mean about who I am? It's a very, it's a very like, feel like you put yourself in the spotlight a little bit. But it is something that I'm growing to learn to love, right? Learning to love myself, even the part of me that makes it hard for me to seeing it as like a like silly almost because it is. It's a pretty silly little way of showing up. Uh, I would say almost manipulative could be a one way to see it. The good old ego. It's coming back in more ways than like I'm thinking like I'm flashing back right now to the conversation me and Gary had on his podcast and seeing how just from then to now how I've learned lessons again about myself. It just doesn't stop. Never. Never does it stop. There's just an infinite amount of growth that awaits us. Haven't laid in the bed this long in some time. I got used to getting up at the crack of dawn, yogaing. Time to get up and make some coffee. I'm a bit naughty with some eggnog in it. It just the season, right? Or whatever. I've never had eggnog. I don't know what that is. Technically, I know what it is from like a. I know about it from media. Oh, we're gonna drink some eggnogs or whatever. But never, never have I drank some eggnogs. Is it good? Eggy, alcoholy. My immediate perspective and experiences communicate to me, nay. Nay, but I'm willing to try things. I'll take a sip of your eggnog. Maybe maybe I'll have some for myself if I don't mind it. But I'm not buying it. Not in South Africa. I don't think we can find it even. I just want to point out that Meld once again starts the food talk. You know what? Did I? Did I start the food talk? Maybe a little bit. You know, I'll accept. I feel like I'm maybe a little bit more fluid. Maybe I'm a little bit now soft, pliable. I get to like swish swish instead of going in straight lines. Love to you, Joy. Thank you for noticing these things. Coffee nog is a favorite Halloween tradition, Joy. There it is again. Nice. Good recall. My nickname was Spudler for a long time. Haven't been called it a while, but I'll hear it again. Do you like that nickname, Luke? Spudler? I don't know what that means. Like I feel like that adds some context. Sam, please share the coffee nog. Want to see if it's what I think it is. Probably. At least that's what I think. Like you make yourself a coffee, but instead of milk, you add eggnog. That's how I'm understanding it. Big donation. It is a blessing. Like I'm melting still. Thank you, bro. Adding 22s. Two 22s, technically, which in combination becomes 44. 74% of my batteries right now. It was 22 minutes past, like as I was looking, but bruh, synchronies. Thank you, universe. Thank you, Gary Lee, as the universe. Being the universe, adding even more synchronicities. The trips continue. Two. I was given me in meditation. You also got some 22s, bro. Thank you for sharing. Poker hand too. That's what I thought, Sam. Although I think I would prefer the former and willing to try the latter. Me either. Eggnog what? Eggnog is its own distinct flavor. Yeah, apparently so. Like it's I can imagine it because it's not actually egg. It's not actually just the alcohol, right? It becomes a synthesis, a symbiotic new flavor profile. Simon, you haven't had eggnog. A cup a year is enough for me. Pour melt. When I come to SA next, I will make you eggnog. You can make it. That sounds even better. Wait, think I've had an eggnog latte. How about that? Eggnog pie. Yeah, you see, now we're reaching a point where I'm like, now I feel like I'm going in a straight line again. Now I'm not swishy. Since 13th Butler was given from older skaters. I wore an oversized brown hoodie. Looked like a potato, I think. Oh, like a spud being a name for a potato. Okay. The potatoer. Potatoer. I mean, if you want to think of something as being spiritually or psychologically powerful, the spud has kept millions of people alive. Hey Google, how many people has potatoes kept alive? Wonder if I'm gonna get any good data asking a question like that. I don't think so. Let's just imagine billions. Billions of people munching on potatoes. Absolutely devastating, those potatoes. Those potatoes don't stand a chance. They want to stand a chance because they can get replanted and become a plant, but no, people are hungry for them potatoes. I'm just imagining like the potatoes being super stuffed, and this is the morbid part of my mind again. Maybe it's morbid, maybe it's just like extra layers of appreciation, but like seeing the potatoes get pulled from the ground, seeing the light, getting put in packages, getting washed beforehand or whatever, and then getting transported in this truck, and then a person buys it and takes it to their home, and those potatoes get absolutely wrecked. They hope they're gonna get planted, they're gonna go and have a new home out there, but they just become joy vive as mashed potatoes. Thank you, Luke, for giving to the world as much as you have in that case. Like a potato salesman, I make eggnog bread pudding every holiday season. Do some bourbon glaze and garnish with cranberries. Nom nom. That does sound really nice, actually. And embrace the game. Sounds ace. That sounds good. So much love. Excellent potato question. It's certainly a secret weapon. Some traditional holiday foods and drinks in South Africa melt. We have something called malva pudding, which is pretty nice. Usually eaten around Christmas time. But like spit roasts. Spit roasts is a big Christmas thing as well. It depends. There's not many traditional stuff that we do here. Poiki is also one of them that you can find, but I don't. I like when I imagine you friends asking questions like that. I'm like seeing like the traditional American. You do the same things, like you have the cranberry pie or whatever, and like the turkey, and you have like that kind of stuff. We just don't do stuff like that. Like it would be something different every year, preferably even. Like I feel like South Africans appreciate some variation in that way. Potato mix, nice airtight seal for blasters. When you like take little slugs of them and you shoot people with those little slugs. I feel like I'm lost a little bit. I'm gonna pull a card. It's 27 minutes past, still 47 on my battery. Let's see what sacred geometry has to say. Cranberry pie. Am I wrong? You don't do cranberry pie? Blueberry pie? Raspberry pie? Pumpkin pies? Which one of the pies are you doing? Guess card number 31. Different every year. Blasphemy. Yeah. Yeah, savage. Absolutely no respect. In my family, Christmas roast is when we all get together to exchange the new insults we learned over the year. No, here in South Africa, we're too holy. We're too holy to do such things. Uh, at least in large part. Like there's some of that politeness, right? Like you try to be polite. Some dudes have short fuses. Different every year. Holiday happened once. We aren't changing up the food. Cranberry sauce. Cranberries are very acidic, and so a pie would be a bit much for me personally. How about that? I haven't had any of them, so I can't tell. Great motivation to insult. Found a recipe for roasted delicta squash, pomegranate, and arugula salad that I'm going to try. And if Hood will bring as side dish, if good, we'll bring it as a side dish for Thanksgiving. Hood, if good. It is so hood. This is the hoodest salad I've ever had. Love to you, Nancy. Thank you for joining us. It's nice having you here. Sounds gorgeous. It really does. Cranberry jello. Love is true. Melt, eat the cranberry sauce with unctuous, unctuous meats like turkey. Yeah, that probably does sound nice. Make string bean casserole. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna just pull a card. So, again, Simon, you said the number 31, right? And then we pulled number 13. So even though it's not technically correct, that's still that's still in the ballpark of I'm gonna I avoid all beans. But I understand green beans in tradition. Yeah. Well, yeah, right? Right, still pretty cool. Still pretty cool. And this is the card that I associate with Christian. Uh, I don't know if you've been here with Christian on stream, Simon, but he's one of my friends. And he had this experience where he was swimming, snorkeling technique, no, scuba diving, and then met like a whole little family of dolphins. And he was communing with the universe during that time. And he could feel like the dolphins was like looking at him, at him. Not at just his body, but like seeing him as this being, right? Like he was seeing them. Sure, it could just be anthropomorphizing or whatever, but the way that he tells me this story just it makes this card kind of be associated with him. And this morning he sent me a message. There it is, Joy Vive. This morning he sent me a message because he's officially home. He's officially home, yeah. Did he bring you a present? He did bring me a present. I'm now just waiting for him to bring it to me. Patiently waiting on my throne. Oh, when is my Prince Charming coming and bringing me my new scarves? Fingers crossed. I'm getting more scarves. Fingers crossing. It's just that how he is again. My place is big. Did I miss something? Great casserole edition. Maybe like for people. Christian and those eyes and unique perspective, such a blessing when he shares our space. Hey Shan, love to you, Lisa. True. So he's making sure we know of him. 13, which is almost 31. That's so close to 31, right? No, Mel. They're far apart. No, but like look at the numbers. The numbers are the things that carry most of the energy. Oh, we should do that, Lois. I've always wanted to see Canada. If not, why not? You friends can actually see Canada, right? The power is in your hands now. Good. Just sitting here thinking how awesome it would be to cook with y'all. If I start saving all my art money now, I would be able to afford that joy. Weirdly enough, I'm also now starting to save money so I can afford to have Christmas with Johan and Christian. I'm still waiting for Johan to send me a message though. Now. It's basically, it's been started. The energy has been put forth. Motivation to travel. I'm actually gonna go close to the beach as well. I don't know if I'll see any dolphins, but hot diggity. Them dolphins. Card number 13. Joy and cooperation. How about that? I'll host Canadian Thanksgiving next year, and Jovan, would you be able to host the American one? Bless. Being able to connect. What a blessing. For joy that we'll 100% have in doing so, and the cooperation in preparing a meal together. The geometry of this card results from the interpenetration of two tetrahedrons, forming a beautiful configuration called the star tetrahedron, or Merkaba. The Merkaba is believed to be a vehicle of dynamic balance, expanded awareness, and multidimensional travel. This image was inspired by witnessing wild dolphins form this amazing geometry. These beings exude the vibration of joy and cooperative play, and some believe they hold a key to interdimensional travel. Seeing dolphins play with these geometries help us to understand the universality of the messages. Choosing this card asks you to connect with the joy that resides within you. We occasionally forget to exercise our joy factor. One message of the dolphins is that joy and laughter are always available, and through cooperation, we can share the joy of living. Visualize yourself as playing in this dolphin Merkaba and deeply experiencing pure joy. How can you better express your joy? How can you bring more laughter into your everyday life and share the way it feels? Joy is infectious. Become its expression. That's very synchronous to today's message as well, isn't it? Yeah? It's very synchronous. The whole doing what you are, right? Becoming joy's expression. There we go, Joy. All of us need to become you now. You have officially been elected as our mascot. Want you bright up and early in your outfit, cheering the sun to come up. So long. I think I'm still gonna play kalimba, but I think I'm gonna move away a little bit so that the audio is gonna be a little bit better. Get them in the mile now if you want to arrive on time. Joy, bless. Do you need Christmas presents to support your travel? Meld. I mean, maybe. Imagining your support, I'm seeing a bunch of edibles dropping. Get them in the mail. Love is true. I would love so much to meet you amazing humanimals. I'm in for whatever. Love is true. Thank you. Like, it's only going to be a matter of showing up at this point. You know, that's how we're going to have these moments. My first bite, I was like, oh my God. Thanks for your love fish. I'm a mascot now. You know it's going to be a cat outfit, right? Oh, man. People are going to think we're furries. I felt a part of us being like, we've been furries this whole time, Melt. No! Oh no! Oh no! You think this is funny? Are you feeling joy right now? Oh, this is my past. This is my suffering. No, people are gonna scald. Why is that dude's mascot a little lion? You a bunch of fucking furries. No, sir, please. It's not about that. It's not a mountain, please, sir. Promise. Loving the Hitchhiker's Guide references. So much love. Uh, I need to. Like I watched the movie and then listened to the book, and now part of me wants to watch the movie again, even though I know there's so much more nuance that happens in the book that doesn't happen in the show, but still, the fractals. I'm excited to share space IRL in the future. Love is true. Is it in these? Thank you, friends. I'm going to get a little bit further away from the camera. You can probably hear that. That's how my inside feels. Those sounds. That's how my insides. That's what's happening to them. Stop. You're gonna be fine. Oh, now it's even louder. I know. Let me turn this off now. Teen Wolf, what a film. I am mildly ashamed to say that I've watched, I think, like the first 2 seasons of Teen Wolf. It was a thing with my friends. But yeah, I quickly, I don't know, lost interest, I guess. It was cool while I was there for it. I wanted to be a werewolf, right? That's usually the telling factor for me. Like, does the show make it cool enough and scary enough and high stakes enough for you not to want to do it and want to do it at the same time? Right? And I wanted to be a werewolf, so I was getting into it for that at the very least. Amara has this wolf mask that she got in a yard sale over the summer. She wore it to school one day, and now she tells me kids tease her and call her a furry. Oh, bruh. You see what I mean, Shane? Freaking peepers. Peepers gonna be peepers. Anyone play the old Hitchhiker's Guide text-based game? I haven't actually, showing my old age here. That sounds like an amazing adventure though. That's nice that your parents are watching a movie together. It is nice. I'm just tripping out about the sounds. Want to get a little bit further away from it. See if I can get us a scene. Let me turn this off. And now, I want to do something regrettable. I wish I was joking. There's still mud on my sandal, but I'm gonna accept it. I'm in acceptance mode, I guess. If I'm going to do something regrettable, I might as well double down. Instantly, my regrettable idea became more regrettable. I was like, bro, you gonna actually do this? Yes. Yes, we're doing this. Oh. You know what? No regrets. No regrets at all. Okay. No regrets. I am. I am look for bug. Show me bugs, sirs. Please. Please. Do not hide big bug from me. Let me see. Is this the biggest one? Surely there are bigger ones. Come here, sir bug. Come with me. There should be bigger ones. I'm just scared that I might crush one of them in my pursuit to find them. I take flour as well. Yeah. Yeah. We call these Dyson puerta. Shongololos is another word for them. So technically they have like thousands of feet, not just hundreds. See the little legs, the way they move them. It's so trippy. I'm sorry. Okay, I'll put him down. He at least feels safe enough to move. Otherwise, they roll up. Like he's really holding on to it right now. Can't actually see me. Maybe I'll put you down there, dude. Pippi is also like, what are you doing, bro? Why is that thing on your hand right now? Why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? Why aren't you giving me attention? You silly. You silly thing. No, you're silly. No, hey, you're like you're not that dirty anymore. But you're still dirty, you dirty thing. You dirty. Okay. Back to chat. Small snake, not snake. Shongololo. Technically a bug. So jealous of Mel's peace and quiet. Happy to share it with you, brother bear. It's the most I can do right now. Sometimes I don't even think people understand how words affect others. Absolutely not. Tree stage. Thank you so much for the energy, friend. Kids are mean bullies. Even my own kids have mean bullies. It's embarrassing. Yeah. That puts me through the mind exercise of going back to school with my current brain being so cool and uncaring of the mean things that they're said. Yeah, at that point in your life, it's like one of the only things that people have said to you outside of your personal family relationships. Suddenly better lighting. Surprise, surprise. Almost like if you have better lighting, you have better lighting. Oh, love is true. Sending her blessings. I'm sorry she's dealing with that as well. Kids really can be, but I always wonder where the bully energy is coming from. Like they're suffering from something inside that makes them act that way. It's ego. It's the whole separate self mentality. Like, oh, you were like this and I am like this, and that's why we are different and we are not the same because I am cool and you're not, or whatever. Amara did something different. That's all it takes. Yeah, exactly. But it ends in me being the elementary school gang leader. Yeah, I can definitely see that. Have you ever watched the movie The Fifth Element? I have. It is the Bruce Willis one, right? With the lady in the orange outfit. I feel like that's such a poor way to describe it, but I feel like if I had to search Bruce Willis movie with a lady in an orange outfit, it would give me Fifth Element. So jealous of Mel's piece of crap. Love again. I wish I felt different about creepy crawlies. I respect them, but I do not want to play them. Like, it depends on the creepy crawly, right? If the creepy crawly has like mandibles and it's actively willing to bite something to defend itself, then I'm also like, hands off. But those dudes don't do that. And I know this, right? So I feel comfortable holding them. The flower looks so lovely with your scarf. Mel, thank you. Appreciate it. I'm gonna read your message. The flower really does look lovely there. You friends are flattering me. Mama Nature and me participating to make something beautiful. As all of you friends are as well. So I'll say, have the mostest, beautifulest day. Everyone, I truly, for seriously, love you all so, very superest to duperest, macho grande, giga gigantically, ginormously gargantuanly, galactically, intensely, dearly beloved, resiliently, robustly, revered, Melt More and all of you, oh so very, wonderfully, breathtakingly, incredibly, intoxicatingly, warmly, whimsically, wholesomely, fantastically, fascinatingly, fetchingly, fiercely, gorgeously, splendidly, refulgently, magically magical, divine, absolutely precious friends that wisely and lovingly do what they believe they are. Hot damn. As we love you, dear Shan. Thank you so much for echoing so much love into the space with us. It does, Shan. Stay cool and safe, guys. 111 minutes into stream. Yeah. Add synchronicity. Add synchronicity. More. Add synchronicity. Add more synchronicity. Talking about here Connor is. Love you, Connor. It's nice having you. We're just about finished. Just about finished. Skip back and stream a little bit. You need to catch like a little bit of me tree kalimbaing. We had like a whole little stage set up like that, bro. It was a whole vibe. Everybody loved it. There was cheering. There was screaming. There was crying. There was happy sobbing. And there was you. Thank you, dear friends, for joining me, for being all of those things and so much more. I love you. Biscuits, if you're feeling down, love to help you feel more whole. I'll see you again tomorrow. Goodbye. Cheers, dear friends.